The world has turned. Very heartless nowadays, don't you think? Excuse the train. See, look, a heartless train as soon as I start recording. But there's a lot of like social media accounts that I follow, that I subscribe to, that I agree with most of what they say. But you see them like when they see a homeless person or something, and they'll like look down on them and go, you know, they're only here because they want to get a bag of smack or whatever, and you think, well, no. I fully get that. If I choose to give a homeless person a quid, then I fully know that they're only trying to get a tenner so they can gather it up and go and get a bag of smack or a little stone. I know that. My requirements, if I'm going to give a little nugget, and it's only a quid, isn't it? Who cares? My requirements, if I'm going to give a little bit of dough to a homeless person, is one, that actually look homeless. Yeah, no, nothing worse than, you know, giving a bit of money over and then they're going to get in their Lexus and going home. So like, I look, do they have dirty fingernails? Yeah. Or do they play an instrument? I don't even care if they come out their ass and that. If they're standing in the subway playing an instrument, I think, well, you deserve it. It's a bit of a liberty when you see them with their card reading machines and they go, oh, minimum £5. You think, you cheeky fucker. But if you choose to give it, I mean, I don't give them to the people that look like Fagin, you know what I'm saying? Like the fucking cheeky Romanians that are all huddled up, like pretending that they can't walk, going up and down the train. I won't give it to them because they definitely got more money than me. I try and give it to, well, I don't care who I give it, as long as they've got dirty fingernails and look emaciated, then I don't really care. I know they're going to go and buy smack with it. I know they're going to go and buy crack with it. Would you rather go out robbing for it? Would you rather they kick off your door for it? But there is a lot of heartlessness going on in the world. Maybe, and that's a big part of the problem, isn't it? I mean, nobody wants to see all the illegal immigrants coming over. And I can understand the people in Ireland. I've seen the videos of people in Ireland walking around knifing the tents. And it's like, you can sort of understand that, because it's not like someone's going around doing that in London, where there probably are like homeless veterans and all that. You know, if you're in Ireland, you're probably talking about some tiny little village that is just, and the tents are just full of illegal immigrants. So you get that. But like, you know, it's just the government's making it that way, aren't they? They're deliberately putting them people there, letting them stay there, because they know it's gonna piss normal people off and they're gonna act irrationally. And then the government get to bring in all new laws to stop that irrational person doing that. That one person, they'll bring out laws that'll last forever. I was watching before I say that, I was watching the Billy Murphy, his show, and he was walking around Stockport, and his English people were letting them go in and out of their house, showing them their flats, their shithole flats, and then like that was really expensive, like rent-wise and this and that. And I used to live up there, and I know Stockton is a shithole. Didn't live in Stockton, I lived up north, but then he was filming some old office blocks that were turned into flats and housing all the immigrants that come over. Great, yeah, not knocking them people. If I could go to another country and get everything handed to me, I would be off. I'd be off now. But you think, well, that's an office block. Why not give it to the homeless people in England first? And I don't mean white people, I mean homeless English people. Yeah? Give it to them first, give it to the veterans. Let them mess it up first. Don't come all they're alcoholics and they're junkies anyway. Let them, put them in there. get them off the street and let them mess it up themselves. But give them a chance first. Don't. Again, it's all done on purpose, isn't it? It's all done on purpose. So the indigenous people, not white people, the indigenous people, the people that have lived here, that have had lives here for 50 years, 100 years. How many years do I go back? Probably to the Vikings or the Romans or whatever, but still. It's going to piss those people off, and then it's going to make them act irrational, and then the government will get to, you know, Keir Starmer, the man that refused to prosecute Jimmy Savile while he was alive, keeps toddling off over to Ukraine, just saying, like, Ukraine, where all the best cocaine in Europe is. See that picture of him on the train? I mean, they're even trying to, going totally off the subject, they're trying to say, what is it, that his premises were set on fire by Russians. When it the Rentboysthe. That's what I heard anyway. Probably not true. But I don't know where he lives. You don't know where he lives. How did these Rentboysthe know where he lives? If it was Rentboysthe. Definitely weren't Russians, was it? What do they care about? Weak-ass Starmer that can't even punch a punch bag. Look at that picture of him punching a punch bag. This is the geezer that's in charge of the country. In charge of the country. But people fall for it. People fall for the division that the government deliberately shoved down their throats so they can just bring in loads of laws. I mean, look at France yesterday or the day before when PSG won the European Cup. Now, they said afterwards that people rioted because, you know, hooligans rioted because they won the cup. Banging game, by the way, 5-0, smashed into Milan. But they were rioting before it went off, before the game ended, before the game started, I should say. They were rioting before the game started, smashing fuck out of the whole of Paris, and they were doing it all over Paris. And it wasn't just PSG supporters, was it? Because that would imply that it was normal French people that were doing it. It weren't, was it? Look at the actual footage. Go onto that Modernity, I think his channel is, and he's got footage of it. Because the news don't do it. I was watching Talk Sport this morning, and they're like, yeah, and the hooligans are rioting afterwards. You think, no, I've seen the actual footage. It was nothing to do with hooligans. I was seeing normal French people with their kids getting escorted off the street before it went off. Was it illegal immigrants? You decide. Look at the actual footage and you decide. But it's being let happen, isn't it? The French government could have stopped it, and it went off all over Paris. Don't believe it. It was just a few fireworks and this and that. It went off, and they were smashing. Think of London in 2000 and what was it, 12? I forgot. After the geezer got killed by the police, and it went off. It's what happened in Paris the other day, and it went off all over Paris. France, I should say, went off all over France. They could have stopped it. The French government could have just stepped in and stopped it. But they let it carry on. They let it get out of hand because it's going to piss off normal French people. And I'm not talking about white French people. I'm talking about the normal people of France. It's going to piss them off. One day the army will roll in. Everyone will cheer. Go, yay! They're going to get rid of all these, whoever they are. And then the army will never leave, and they'll go, oh, we can't do nothing that we used to do anymore. But that's what's always happened all throughout history, isn't it? I mean, I'm not as free as my dad. He's not as free as his dad. He's not as free as his dad, and it goes on and on and on. But we get tricked into thinking that we live in the best times because what? Because they bring out new technology every now and again. A new phone that I'm using right now. Oh, they didn't have this when I was growing up. So, you know what I mean? So what? We are the sickest generation that's ever lived. with all these health things, all this, organic that, take your vitamins, do this. We are the sickest generation that's ever lived. Talking about grandparents being more free. If I jumped in the Thames now, and the Thames is apparently it's more clean, is as clean as it's ever been, I'd probably get out and die, shrivel up like a shrimp and die. But my granddad could have jumped in there when he was a kid. All the rats floating about, all the dead bodies underneath his feet, all the oil slicks everywhere, and he'd have got out and gone home and had a sandwich. We get tricked into thinking that we have it off. We are living the dream. We're not. We are the sickest nation, the sickest generation that's ever lived. We are the most suppressed generation that's ever lived. I mean, you can literally go to prison, and I've said this a million times, for silently, not even moving your lips. I'm doing it now. Silent prayer outside an abortion clinic. You can get sent to prison for it, as a lady did. But you can be a nonce like that Hugh Edwards and not go to prison. You can get a bit angry when what happened in Southport went off and send a little tweet out in anger and get 2 years for it. But you can be a nonce like Hugh Edwards and get nothing. You know, you can be Jimmy Savile and live your whole life and not get exposed until you die. Who's in charge of the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service during that time? Our Prime Minister now. Rentboysthe, cocaine, trips to Ukraine. Cocaine trips to Ukraine. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. That's the only reason someone like that, some weak geezer like that, is in charge. Again, look at the footage of him trying to punch a punch bag, mate. Oh my God. I'm not saying he's got to look like Nigel Benn, but oh my God. This is the man that's in charge. He is only in charge because, well, he can get blackmailed. Yeah? You like your Rentboysthe, you like your going to your cocaine trips to Ukraine. I'm not saying any of this is true, by the way. Just thinking out loud of what I've heard other people say. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. Allegedly, it's a great word. That it's the best word in the English dictionary. Allegedly, everything I say is alleged. But someone like that would only be in charge because they go in charge because they go, well, you've got to pass this law, because there's no way they can't see how shit it is that their laws are ruining every single country in the world. There's no way they can't see that. They go, well, got that picture of you and that Rentboy. That's how it is. I think more people are wising up to it. But I was watching DJ Brocky, big up DJ Brocky, doing an interview on YouTube yesterday. It's an old one, but he said, regarding politics, the best liar always wins. It's so simple, isn't it? We overcomplicate things. Keir Starmer was the best liar. Tory before them were the best liars. Labour before that were the best liars. But what did it actually change? We're talking about illegal immigration. Tony Blair opened those floodgates. What party, once they've been in power, has ever stopped it? None. They'll give it the talk because they lie before they get in power. Then they get in power and they don't do nothing. Nigel Farage, he's the flavour of the month at the minute, isn't he? As if he's not part of the establishment, by the way, the ex-private fucking educated banker. He will tell lies. He wanted all the lockdowns, by the way. He wanted the lockdowns. He wanted the masks. He wanted the enforced jabs. He wanted people to lose their jobs. This geezer of freedom of the working man. He wanted all that as well. So he lies now, talks about immigration, illegal immigration. Do you think if he was the Prime Minister right now that they would stop? No. Of course not, because they need it to happen. They need it to happen to keep enforcing their laws. If I was a Prime Minister now, I could stop that, you could stop that, easily. Easily. Put a boat at France, warship, boat somewhere in, wherever they dock in England, a couple, and just have army speed